Okay, I'm back again with another podcast on this beautiful, very cold Sunday afternoon. And the reason why I wanted to hop on the podcast today was because it's part of my schedule. I'm trying to get a schedule going where every Sunday I just provide an update on what's going on with the game, the project, and if I just have anything else I wanted to share. So as a very, very quick update to let you all know about the current system I've been working on, I've just been modeling out the create a wrestler mode for the past, it has to be 2 to 2.5 weeks now. But the mode is actually starting to pick up some steam. I was able to make it where you can get custom textures in from using URLs or just importing the texture from your computer. And you can do that with your normal maps as well as your diffuse texture maps. On top of that, I have added morphs. So morphs are fully included in the game now for the wrestlers. I have currently been working on trying to make the move displayer so you can actually select your moves. And I had to debate a couple times on how I wanted to do that system, if that should be a separate screen, a separate level, all of that. And I just opted to make it a separate level, keep everything clean, where you can just go into that level and start selecting the moves for your wrestler and then also preview that move. So that's what I'm currently working on as I'm doing this podcast. The next step is for me to make figure out what I want to do for the designs on tights and tattoos and stuff. I know I have the import texture option, but I'm really trying to look at other wrestling games. I'm taking a look at Pro Wrestling X, the Shikara Action Arcade Wrestling game, M. Dickey's games, and a lot of other classic wrestling games to really see what did they provide as default options, because I don't want the game to just be very empty, yet I don't want to waste too much time trying to fill out all of these preset designs when I know most of the people who play the game will probably just be importing textures or downloading textures into the game and overriding those presets anyways. So I decided to divert my attention from that, focus on getting the move display remove selector down. That way, if I have people who want to offer up some designs or any other things like tattoos and things like that, I can just go ahead and grab them and throw them inside of the game. So that's really where I'm at with the game. Everything has been going pretty smoothly so far this week. I've been doing some investigating on what type of database setup I want to do. The reason why I do need a database, I was pondering this for months, to see if I actually needed to have it or if it was just going to be an extra bill. But since I want to have an active community with community creations, and I plan on releasing this game after the Steam release on Xbox, PlayStation 4, and possibly the Switch if everything works out, I wanted to make it where I have all of the creations stored somewhere. Not the creations every time you create them, but after you create and decide to upload it, I need to store it somewhere for it to be accessed by other players. So I've been trying to figure out which route I want to go 100%. I'm still not 100% sure. I would love it if I can just make it a Google Docs document and use that for pulling the data and dropping the data back in. But I just have to see if that's even possible. But if that's possible, or if I could just drop it in a Google spreadsheet and make it like that, that would be amazing. It just really depends on how active people are in the game, how many people are playing the game, and the amount it's going to cost to keep it up and running. My other options I've been debating are AWS. So I do have experience developing in AWS using DynamoDB and S3. So since most of the content can just be broken down into a JSON file or JSON text, I think it might make more sense to just use an S3 bucket instead of paying hourly for a DynamoDB table, since it won't be actively being updated. Only when people are calling it should it actually go in and pull documents down. But I will have to figure out some things like pagination and a lot of other stuff that goes into that. And I also have looked at Azure, Microsoft Azure. So I also used Azure before. But the problem that I had with Azure was that it just didn't work really good. once it got to a certain point. So it would just shut down. It felt like after like 2,000 people accessed the table, it would just shut down, or you would have to try to register like 4 or 5 times. And I really don't want those inconsistencies going on in the game. And I don't even know if AWS provides the same inconsistencies, honestly, because I haven't used it with a huge audience yet. So everything is kind of a work in progress. I'm testing it out, and that's why I'm coming on these, because these almost work as diaries for me. I have never held a diary before, but these work as diaries for me because I can come on and tell you all ideas that I have and just kind of vent. And hopefully you all enjoy this inside and behind the scene look at the game's production. And I really hope you all like it. Like the systems that I'm building out, I hope that people really, really enjoy them and have fun playing the game. And, it's something unique for some of them. I know everything won't be unique, but for some of the things, I think they'll be pretty unique to the game. And I did an interview this week with Dre41. We actually did, he's, a big car in the WWE 2K community. We did an interview earlier this week, and I also did another interview with OCW. And, I can't even look at the name of his show right now, but once he posts it, I'll make sure I, give him a shout out so you can go check out his show and see what he has going on. But, 2 cool guys, and we both times chatted up for probably an hour or more, and we really were able to break some ground on connecting myself with the community and seeing what the community wants. Like the types of questions that were asked, I felt like were questions that I would love to be asked directly. So if you know anyone who might be interested in this type of project, or just that you want to tell about the project at all, and you want them to be able to have a close relationship with the developer, then please let them know that I'm wide open when it comes to that. I have all of the social media accounts. I also just rebranded my website. So, not rebranded, I relinked it. So you can get to it from grindcitygamingstudio.com, which is a lot. Or you can just type in spotcallers.com, and that will take you to the same website. So I just wanted to centralize it all and make it easier for people to find. But I'm accessible by all of these different platforms, and I want people to really interact with me so that I can know, people want this, and I can make sure the stuff I'm putting in is not just stuff that I want, but stuff that other people will enjoy as well, so I can know what to really focus my time on and my attention on. Last thing I wanted to mention is that I plan on holding a contest pretty soon that allows people in the community, people around the world, to come up with menu concepts. I'm not 100% sold on the menu that I'm using. I'm not sold on it at all because it's only like 40% implemented anyways, but I really want to see what kind of designs the community comes up with to make a menu for this game. The details will be released later on, not today. More than likely it'll be next week's podcast where I'll go more in detail. But I know that I will be giving out a cash prize for whoever the winner is. And the winner of the concept will more than likely have their menu implemented in the game. And then on top of that, I'll be creating a model, a 3D model of the character. I'm sorry, I'm tired and I can't talk. I'll be creating a 3D model of the winner inside of the game as a default character so that they can use their character as a selected wrestler. And I'm really excited for it. I think I did a poll on Twitter, and more than half, so it's probably about 60 to 70%. I think it was closer to 60% of people were definitely interested in it, and it was over 50 people who voted. So that's about 25, 26 people right there that if I can get them the design, like get designs from them, get unique designs from 26 people, it's going to be amazing. So I want to really take some time to write up everything and figure out the logistics of it all before I start marketing this opportunity. But I just wanted to let you all know and inform you so that if you do want to help create a menu for this game, you can start practicing, start figuring out what you want to do if you have ideas already. And then on top of that, I'm more than likely going to allow people to submit 3 versions of designs so that you can have up to 3 in the contest. And if you wanted to partner with people, so let's say you might not be the most creative person when it comes to actually making it, but you know somebody who can make it and you have the ideas, well, partner up with your buddy and split the cash. There are different ways that you can get involved even if you don't have the tools to make it happen. So yeah, that'll wrap up today's podcast. Please make sure you spread the word about the game wherever you can. And thank you for listening. Thank you for all the support so far. I mentioned this before. I can't explain how grateful I really am for all of the support I've gotten on this game so far. Even with the low amount of subs and visibility that I have right now, I feel it growing by like at least one person every single day. And that is, steady progress, which shows me that there is some interest. And I appreciate the people who are still here, the people who like pictures and comment and tell me what they want to see in the game, join the streams, all of that. I really do appreciate it. So, yeah, thanks. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Peace.